The shutdown may be over, but the damage to the economy is already done. That is the conclusion of Standard & Poor's today, which put a dollar amount, look at this, on the past 2 weeks' circus in D.C. There are other costs as well, including back pay for all those federal employees. They get a paid holiday is what happened. And the Labor Department today said 70,000 federal workers had also applied for unemployment benefits. So this all has to be sorted out. With me now, Lenwood Brooks, Policy Director at Public Notice. Lenwood, what is the cost in your view? Does Standard & Poor's have it right? You know, you would think that shutting down the government would save money, not cost money.
Well, you know, when they give furloughed workers back pay, like you said, it's a free vacation. But I really think, Geri, this is about our standing in the world where investors see the U.S. bond, and it doesn't look like we have our act together in the U.S.
No, I got to agree with that. And in fact, from that same Standard & Poor's report, listen to this. If people are afraid the government policy brinkmanship will resurface again, and with it the risk of another shutdown or worse, they'll remain afraid to open up their checkbooks. That points to another humbug holiday season. So lots of impacts here being seen by different people. What do you think it means for the economy? What do you think it means for our standing in the world?
Well, you know, Washington's budgeting with Band-Aids here, Geri. We have a government spending bill that runs through the middle of January, so I hope you have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year, because we'll be right back at this 2 weeks after the New Year.
Linwood, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Because
it's really not.
The things that keep these people apart need to be solved, need to be dealt with. And I have to tell you, I have no confidence that it will be, and I think it's going to be another 3 years of grinding through this point by point. I don't see any reason for optimism here, do you?
I don't. It's a shame, and it does hurt our standing in the world. If you're an investor, why would you want to invest here when we do not have our act together? And, you know, politicians say jobs and the economy is their most important priority. But you think they would get their act together on this, Geri, so we could get the economy going again.
Well, I'd love to see that, because we do not have good performance in the economy right now. Meanwhile, this bill that passed in the wee hours, got signed by the president in the early hours of the morning, it's loaded with pork. These guys told us that they were up late working diligently for us, and it's loaded with a bunch of money for a bunch of congressmen in their districts. This isn't about fixing the problems. This is about making these guys heroes in their hometown.
Well, some of this is just the way it's always been, like Frank Lautenberg's widow got a payout. They've always done that, Geri, but I think was so much the problem in Washington. It's always been this way. If a member is as rich as Mr. Lautenberg was of New Jersey, they probably should be getting a $174,000 payout from the federal government.
I got to tell you, it may be the way it's always been, but, you know, that doesn't make it okay. I think we need to change the terms. We need to stop spending so much. And I have no idea how to get Washington to do that. Even when they close down, they spend more money. It's infuriating.
It is. At the end of the day, though, elections have consequences, and that's what this is really about. America's divided, and it's reflected here in Washington, and that's unfortunate.
Lenwood, thanks for coming on tonight. Good to talk to you.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.